Asset management. Ever wondered how to shield your hard-earned assets from potential legal threats? Asset protection is the art of safeguarding your property from creditors and lawsuits. Professionals use various strategies like asset protection trusts, LLCs, and family partnerships to secure assets. Statutes like homestead laws and tenancies by the entirety also play a crucial role. With a staggering 15 million lawsuits filed annually in the US alone, understanding these techniques can be a game changer. Consulting an expert to tailor a plan to your needs not only provides peace of mind but also positions you strongly against any unexpected legal challenges. Protect what's yours with confidence. Assets come in various forms, each playing a crucial role in defining wealth and stability. From current assets like cash, accounts receivable, and inventory that can be converted into cash within a year, to fixed assets such as buildings and equipment that depreciate over time, assets encompass a wide spectrum. Ever heard of financial assets? These include investments like stocks, bonds, and securities, reflecting ownership of other institutions' assets. Let's not forget intangible assets like patents and copyrights, valuable but often overlooked by many asset owners. Understanding these asset types is key to managing your wealth effectively. Assets face risks daily, ranging from negligence and financial hardships to specific business-related challenges. Common scenarios include accidents like slip and falls, auto collisions, and liabilities from hosting social events. For business owners, assets are constantly at risk due to operational demands and market fluctuations. Take the example of a homeowner neglecting to secure a carpet or a business owner failing to clean up a spill promptly. These seemingly small oversights can lead to significant liabilities and threats to your assets. From failing to abide by traffic laws to neglecting vehicle maintenance or driving under the influence, there are numerous ways you can jeopardize your assets. Distractions like mobile phones while driving further escalate these risks. Imagine this scenario: you serve alcohol at your gathering, and a guest causes an accident after leaving. Even if someone uses your property without permission, like an unsupervised teen, you could still be held liable for their actions. When guests leave intoxicated, accidents stemming from circumstances on your property could lead to serious consequences. Whether it's medical bills from an accident or mortgage payments you can't meet, these debts pose serious risks. Missing mortgage payments could result in foreclosure, potentially leading to the loss of your home. Accidents on property ensure safety protocols to prevent slips, falls, and other on-site accidents. Product liabilities maintain quality control to mitigate risks associated with faulty products. Medical malpractice implement rigorous standards and training for healthcare providers to minimize legal liabilities. Worker injuries prioritize workplace safety measures and prompt handling of worker compensation claims. Preventing asset loss is crucial, ideally before any threats arise. Being aware of your responsibilities and having sufficient protection in place are essential. Options like retirement accounts, homestead exemptions, and structured business entities, such as corporations and LLCs, provide initial layers of defense. Beyond standard home and auto insurance, an umbrella policy provides additional protection against various liabilities. It's important to note that an umbrella policy complements, rather than replaces, existing insurance like home, auto, and business insurance. It fills financial gaps that may exceed coverage limits of other policies. Retirement accounts can shield your savings in the event of unpaid debts or bankruptcy, as most state laws protect assets like 401(k)s and IRAs. However, it's important to note exceptions: federal tax obligations, alimony, or child support may still impact these protections. Additionally, inherited IRAs typically lack protection unless inherited from a spouse. Homestead exemptions are valuable protections available in certain states to safeguard your primary residence from potential lawsuit threats. States like Florida and Texas offer robust homestead exemptions aimed at preventing the loss of your home. It's important to note that homestead exemptions vary significantly from state to state, so it's essential to familiarize yourself with the specific laws applicable in your area. Alternatively, in some states you can protect your home through tenancy by the entirety. This form of ownership ensures that a creditor cannot compel the sale of your house to settle debts without the consent of both spouses. It can provide protection for one spouse if the other is involved in a lawsuit. However, it does not shield both spouses if they are jointly liable and receive a judgment from the same creditor. Separate accounts can be beneficial in non-community property states or for individuals who have remarried. In these cases, joint accounts could potentially result in half of the funds being considered the spouse's property. This can impact inheritances for children from previous relationships if accounts are commingled. Divorce can also have significant financial implications if accounts are shared. Some states mandate that joint assets be divided equally, which could potentially reduce the assets available for inheritance. In situations of relationship strain, it's important to be cautious as some spouses may exploit these circumstances for personal gain. In addition to standard insurance, business owners often require specialized coverage. For instance, certain insurance policies protect against issues like tenant disputes, employee lawsuits, and liabilities arising from slip and fall accidents. Knowledgeable individuals often safeguard liquid investments by placing them in one or more limited liability companies (LLCs). When a member of an LLC faces a lawsuit, legal provisions typically prevent creditors from seizing the company or its asset. Enhancing this strategy further, offshore LLCs can offer superior protection for two primary reasons: they operate outside local jurisdiction and may benefit from debtor-friendly laws, such as those found in Caribbean jurisdictions like Nevis. For significant liquid assets, experts frequently recommend utilizing asset protection trusts, which we will discuss further below. Structuring your business as a corporation or LLC is advisable for most enterprises. These entities create a legal barrier between your personal assets and the liabilities of your business. LLCs, due to their tax advantages, are often preferred for holding investment assets, while corporations are commonly used for day-to-day business operations. Effective real estate asset protection is essential for property investors. Establishing a business entity such as an LLC to hold property titles can provide substantial peace of mind. In the event of a lawsuit from a tenant, plaintiffs typically target the assets held within the legal entity that owns the real estate rather than the investor's personal assets. Asset protection trusts are among the most potent tools for shielding liquid assets from creditors. If you find yourself in a precarious legal situation, an asset protection trust could be a viable solution. These trusts are typically irrevocable, meaning creditors cannot influence or alter them once established. Trustees manage distributions according to the terms outlined in the trust document, allowing them to protect assets by preventing payments to adversaries following a legal judgment against you. Asset protection trusts can be established domestically or internationally, with offshore trusts often considered the strongest due to trustees being outside the jurisdiction of local court orders. Everyone knows the true tale of a successful business owner who faced an unjustly decided lawsuit or related legal battle. While the justice system generally strives for fairness, that's not the main concern here. If you find yourself on the unfortunate end of a significant lawsuit and own a business, you'll wish you had discussed asset protection before the judge's final ruling. Once the gavel falls, it may be too late to secure your assets. Courts typically frown upon last-minute asset transfers when legitimate creditors demand repayment. Think of it like seeing a tsunami approaching; it's nearly impossible to outrun. Similarly, if you haven't proactively protected your assets beforehand, they may already be at risk once a legal decision goes against you. Handle your business, safeguard your assets. No one expects to face litigation, not even savvy business owners. Just as no one anticipates an automobile accident, these events can disrupt even the most carefully laid plans for success. Facing overwhelming debt to settle such claims is certainly not part of anyone's life goals. Asset protection and estate planning essentials. An estate, regardless of size, is defined by the assets it contains. Protecting these assets through estate planning is essential for everyone. There's no reason to leave the distribution of these critical assets to chance when establishing a protection plan can be done promptly, starting today. Are business assets vulnerable? Every business possesses assets that are potentially at risk in the event of adverse litigation outcomes. In cases where one spouse exclusively owns and operates a business, the business-owning spouse should prioritize asset protection for business assets, while the non-business spouse should manage personal family assets separately. Why is this approach advisable for a business couple seeking asset protection from litigation? When assets are jointly owned between spouses, one involved in business and the other not, the IRS may consider both parties responsible in liability situations such as trust tax defaults or unpaid employee income taxes. Why is this approach advisable for a business couple seeking asset protection from litigation? When assets are jointly owned between spouses, one involved in business and the other not, the IRS may consider both parties responsible in liability situations, such as trust tax defaults or unpaid employee income taxes. Considering retitling assets. Retitling, buying, and selling assets are routine in business transactions. However, business owners contemplating retitling assets must proceed cautiously to avoid potential fraud or legal badges of fraud. Such indicators include transferring property rights at values significantly below market norms in real estate transactions. Another critical consideration is the fraudulent transfer of assets, particularly when a business owner is insolvent or anticipates creditor lawsuits. These actions may raise suspicions of impropriety and should be avoided to prevent legal challenges regarding asset transfers. Generally, last-minute transfers of assets to family members seldom hold up in court. It is advisable to consult with an asset protection consultant. Estate planning for families, both business and non-business spouse owners, including sole business owners, should prioritize keeping family assets distinct for estate planning purposes. Strategically allocating assets between spouses can protect assets through mechanisms like testamentary trusts. This approach allows surviving spouses to benefit from unified tax credits, enhancing overall family estate tax savings. Retirement plans and asset protection. The level of asset protection for retirement plans hinges on whether they are covered under ERISA Employee Retirement Income Security Act. Exempt plans shielded from creditor claims include profit-sharing plans, ESOP funds, defined benefit plans, target benefit plans, and 401k plans governed by ERISA regulations. Non-ERISA plans may require state bankruptcy exemptions to provide effective asset protection. State of residence and asset protection for business owners. Moving to another state can impact asset protection strategies and estate planning. It's crucial to determine whether the new residency will be permanent or temporary, as different states offer varying advantages for asset protection and estate tax liabilities. The IRS assesses an individual's permanent residency based on several factors, including residing in the state for fewer than 183 days, maintaining a family home there, and receiving bills at that address. Long-term care insurance considerations. Many individuals, regardless of age, opt for long-term care (LTC) insurance to secure favorable rates and plan for future retirement needs. It's essential to carefully review proposed LTC policies to ensure they meet nursing home care requirements. Factors to consider include daily benefit allocations, duration of benefits, waiting periods, covered conditions, inflation adjustments, spousal discounts, potential premium waivers, and the financial stability of the insurance provider. LTC insurance and asset protection. Certain LTC policies participate in partnership programs that allow asset protection benefits. These programs facilitate unlimited asset transfers without penalties and can reduce income requirements for Medicaid eligibility. Alternatively, non-partnership LTC policies may offer advantages for individuals seeking specific coverage durations. Utilizing foreign trusts for asset protection. Creating foreign trusts outside the United States is a strategy some business owners employ to shield assets from lawsuits. While foreign trusts can provide robust asset protection, they require adherence to IRS reporting regulations. It's essential to establish such trusts correctly under IRC Section 671 and file requisite forms like Form 3520 and 3520A to comply with IRS guidelines. Working with experienced professionals ensures proper establishment and compliance with legal requirements. Take action now for asset protection. Asset protection safeguards hard-earned assets from legal disputes and ensures their preservation for future use. It's critical to avoid hasty estate decisions that may result in unintended donations to state agencies due to inadequate estate planning. Protecting assets, such as primary residences, from seizure in lawsuits is equally vital. Whether you own multiple properties or a cherished home, initiating asset protection strategies now ensures their continued use and enjoyment in the future. Don't wait until faced with a costly legal challenge. Develop an asset protection plan today to safeguard your financial security. Stay tuned for more information.